This is a special presentation of Way 31 Sports.
It's the McCurry Big Game Friday night. Hello, Alabama, find a comfortable spot. We got high school football and it's coming out hot. Now here we are and the lights are shining bright. We've always been. Yeah, Way 31 is rocking all right.
With Nolan, Max, and Xavier.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
A battle of two teams that need a win to keep their playoff dreams alive. Austin and Huntsville battling for a chance to play in November in our big game Friday night game of the week.
While in our rivalry game of the week, it's another 7A Region 4 showdown. Florence and Sparkman battling it out with playoff spots on the line.
Hello and welcome into Big Game Friday night, everyone. Nolan Knight here, joined by my partner in crime, Max Cohan. And Max, week 9 of the high school football season is here.
Yeah, that's right. Just one more left in the regular season, which means games tonight decided who's in the postseason and who's out. And that's exactly what was on the line in our Big Game Friday night game of the week between Austin and Huntsville at Lewis Cruz Stadium. We jump in early in the second half. Huntsville down by 19, but they never say die. Jax McClung on the keeper, and he'll break through the line and find open space, and no one has a chance to get him as the Panthers claw back with the 38-yard score. Now Austin looking to add on, but Jason Davis is unable to hold on to the ball. It's loose and Huntsville scoops it up, but the Panthers couldn't take advantage of the opportunity, attempting a field goal from the 17, but the Black Bears block it and they take it all the way back. Caleb Taylor showing off his 80-yard dash as Austin runs away with this one, clinching their playoff spot and denying Huntsville theirs with a 52-25 win.
I'm proud of them. We fought through some adversity tonight. The kids play hard. We've really improved. I feel like we're playing some of our best football right now going into the playoffs. We got to figure out who we're playing, and then we'll start getting prepared for them. We've got an open week next week to heal up a little bit, to rest a little bit, and to hopefully get a head start. Hopefully we know who we're playing.
All right, let's keep it rolling in Class 7A. The Bob Jones Patriots trying to hold their spot as they square off with the only winless team in the region, Albertville. And the Aggies made some plays early. Brian Castro coming up with the TFL to force a turnover on downs, but after going 3 and out, the Aggies will be forced to punt. But look out, it's a fake, but not so fast as Brandon White. He sniffs it out, turnover on downs. And that would spark the Patriots offense. Malachi Foster takes the snap, rolls left, follows his blocks. He's in for the score, 8-0. Patriots ahead early. They wouldn't stop there. Following an onside kick, they keep their foot on the gas. This time it's Tyron Washington around the right side, diving in for the score. Touchdown Patriots. They win big at home tonight over the Aggies, 51-6.
The 4A Region 8 crown is already locked up, and the chance to host the playoff games is still up for grabs as Randolph and Priceville battle for second place. The Raiders ride into Friday on a 3-game win streak, and we're already clicking on all cylinders. Graham Beatty's going to get the scoring started at Priceville with this touchdown plunge, but the Bulldogs bite back. Direct snap to Blitz Clemens, and he runs through one tackle and is off to the races. You're not going to catch the senior. Priceville ties things up at 7 apiece. Later in the game, the Bulldogs would take their first lead of the game. Clemens again finds a hole, and he's going to break not one but 2 tackles as he's spun into the end zone. 14-7 ball game. But if there's one thing about this Randolph offense, it's that they can score some points. Hand off to Beatty again, and the running back has some great vision. One cut, and he's gone. All the way down to the goal line. Randolph would score on the next play as they go into the break tied at 14, and in the end, they would come out with the win, 28-24, clinching home field advantage in the postseason.
Yeah, out at New Hope, it's Westminster Christian looking to cap off a perfect region schedule as they square off with the Indians. Westminster, of course, they have already won the region. Brandon Bush is going to get things started. He's going to go back to pass and connect with TJ Carter in the flats. Scampers up the sideline to put the Wildcats into the red zone. And that's when Bush starts to put on his show. Direct snap, look out, quickest quarterback in the state. It's going to get in for the score, keeps those feet moving. He's now into sole possession for second place all time for most touchdowns accounted for. The Westminster defense showed up. They can make some plays too. Look out, Timothy Rosin in for the solo sack, but they can't make every play. New Hope responds. Darson Cambron takes the swing pass, breaks the tackle, scoops in to the end zone for the score. Touchdown, New Hope. But it's Westminster that runs away with this one tonight on the road, 55-28. Westminster, they were already region champs entering tonight in Class 4A Region 8. JP2, they were on the outside looking in for a playoff picture in this region, but they had won their last two and were back in action tonight at Madison County.
Yeah, so let's head out to Tiger Stadium where Madison County is looking to end their 4-game skid and not wasting any time. Lucas Putnam drops back and lets it rip. Landon Duval hauls it in, and he's got the first down. But the Tigers would face a 4th and long not long after, and Putnam would go back to his favorite target for another Madison County first down. Now Duval thinks he's got it all, but they mark him just short. The Tigers face a 4th and goal, and they end up going for it. Keonta Hill gets it. MC up 7. Now looking to respond, the Falcons put the ball in Luke Sarney's hands, and this guy can move, shaking and baking for the JP2 first down. The Falcons would make things interesting, but fall just short tonight as the Tigers take it 36-35. North Jackson started their season with 5 straight losses, but have won every game since, including tonight, where they kept DAR winless, taking home their 10th consecutive win over the Patriots and clinching their spot in the postseason with the 85-14 win. All right, guys, it's already time for us to call our first time out of the night.
Yeah, but don't go anywhere because we put a bow on the 7A Region 4 season. Florence and Sparkman square off in our rivalry of the week. All right, welcome back into Big Game Friday Night, everyone. Back in 7A Region 4, the Sparkman Senators are in a tough spot. They looked like they were going to win the region until they dropped their first game of the season to James Clemens in the region and haven't won since. Now they need a win over Florence to have any chance to make the postseason.
Sparkman in a good position at the break, up 1. Florence starts with the ball, and Deshaun Anderson takes the handoff and picks up a solid gain to get the drive rolling, but the Falcons would face a 4th down, and they run the option. Leo Glover flips it back to Anderson, and Florence gets the yards they need to keep the drive alive. And then it's Glover on the designed run, finding a way to stay on his feet as he forces his way into the end zone to give the Falcons the lead, and the future Lion shows off his roar. The Senators would be unable to get the lead back, suffering a painful 36-17 loss that ends their playoff dream. And this was the message from Kenny Morrison to his team before the game.
Senior night, we called on our young kids too, told them they'll be seniors one day and they'll want that next group to play hard for them, and that everybody needs to step up right here for these seniors, and this don't need to be the last time they play on this field.
All right, how about we turn the clock back on Thursday night? Last night, James Clemens, they needed just one win to clinch the region title as they squared off against the Grissom Tigers. Grissom already eliminated from the playoffs, but James Clemens had a chance to lock up a 1 seed with the Class 7A Region 4 crown, and the Jets were flying high early. Hand off to Cameron Berry. He finds the corner of the end zone. Jets ahead early, and that offense, man, they would keep on humming. Nice pitch and catch here to Logan Eggert. That would be a first down, and that's going to lead to a score for the James Clemens Jets. To the flats for Devon Cooper, and this kid's got some moves. First, he's going to go spin cycle into the sidestep, into the end zone. Touchdown, James Clemens Jets. They are your Class 7A Region 4 champions for the 4th time in 6 years, winning last night 35-7. So now the stage is set for the 7A playoffs, and with that Jets win last night, they are the region champions. But who else makes the postseason?
The top 4 teams have clinched their playoff spot. It's James Clemens, Bob Jones, Austin, and Florence. Now let's switch things around and move to 4A Region 7, where the West Morgan Rebels were hoping to move 1 win closer to a perfect season. And this Rebels team, they're absolutely the real deal. They don't mind showing off.
Yeah, let's check out those West Morgan highlights.
There we go. To the videotape. And this West Morgan team, they are the real deal. They don't mind showing off. Fake pass, and Jalen Fletcher turns on the spin cycle, finding extra yardage for a West Morgan first down. Fletcher is their guy, but he's not the only running Rebel. This time it's Jeremy Strong rumbling and stumbling, but he wouldn't just do it once. On the second try, this one's the big one, finding his way across the goal line for West Morgan. But the Warriors are here to fight tonight. Michael Miller flings it to Braxton Glaze, and you do not want to have to bring him down, but West Morgan does anyway. The Rebels would take over, and Fletcher finds the run he was looking for, finding the end zone on another sprint to double their lead. The Rebels move to 9-0 with the win, 62-0. Let's stay in the region and head to Deschler. The Tigers hosting Brooks. The winner of this one gets home field advantage in the postseason.
Yeah, big game as always. Deschler hosting a stellar atmosphere for high school football. We'll pick things up with the visitors. Garrett Burrow can't find an open man, so he decides to keep this one for himself down the far sideline and into enemy territory for the big first down. But he wouldn't stop there. Then Burrow, again, this time back to pass. He finds an open man. He connects with senior wideout Noah Gregg, who skips his way into the end zone to give the Lions an early lead on the road. Deschler, they would tie this game up, and Brooks were looking to reclaim a lead. 3rd and 10, Burrow throws one up for Gratz. It's intercepted by Camden Fuller. We call that in the business the old arm punt. So now it's the Tigers' turn. Running back, Tay Fuqua makes the home crowd happy. How about a 65-yard touchdown strike from the running back? It's Deschler that claims home field advantage in the postseason with a 58-26 win. And lower on the standings, we have Rogers and West Limestone. Neither squad in position to play in an extra game this season. Historically, the Pirates have dominated the Wildcats. Tonight wouldn't be any different. They win 25-7. The Central Wildcats, they're about to make the playoffs for the 6th straight season, finishing their region schedule strong with a 49-13 win over East Lawrence last night. All right, guys, well, it's already time for us to call our second time out of the show.
But coming up next on Way 31, we turn our attention to some of the non-region action from across the state.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night. Go Rangers!
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
We're the Huntsville High School Marching Band, and you're watching Big Game Friday night.
All right, listen to those Rhythm Devils. A big congratulations to the Huntsville High School Marching Band on being named this week's Star Market Spirit Award winners.
Yeah, but how about we get back to some football? We had a few non-region matchups taking place across the state tonight, and the most interesting by far was the showdown at Scottsboro. The Wildcats hosting Mars Hill Bible. So it was a playoff-type atmosphere in Scottsboro. Both teams think they have what it takes to make a postseason run this year. And the Wildcats got the ball moving, handoff to Brandon Edmondson Jr., who makes a cut, picks up a first down, and then the Scottsboro Wildcats going to find the end zone. Keeper for Jake Jones diving in for the score. Wildcats out in front early, but Mars Hill would respond. Handoff to Skylar Sterling. Outruns the camera, outruns the defense. He's in for the score to tie things up at 7. But the Wildcat offense just too hard to stop. Running through tackles and picking up another Scottsboro first down here. But to get into the end zone, they would go to the air. Sterling fires and connects with Kyle Wright to take an early lead. In the end, though, it's the Mars Hill Panthers that go on the road and win a close one, 36-35.
How about we head to Newmarket? The Bucks already in playoff position, looking to put the right foot forward as they head towards the playoffs with a win over Decatur. History not on their side against Decatur with back-to-back losses, and the Bucks already in the lead as they put the ball in Israel Cooper's hands. And man, does this team have some dangerous running backs. Izzy will make you dizzy, stumbling into the end zone to put Buckhorn up 10. Now Decatur looking to respond. Braden Duper looking deep, and he throws a beauty into double coverage. Alex Gilray comes down with the pick, and the Bucks take over with excellent field position. And from this distance, you know it's going to Shamarion Landrum. And the junior has no trouble on the touchdown, putting Buckhorn up 23-7. They score 3 more points to end the game 26-21 with the win over the Red Raiders.
Yeah, meanwhile, at Milton Frick Stadium, the Lee High School Generals were in action, taking on city rival Columbia as they hope to finish their season above 500 after missing out on the postseason. And it was a rocking crowd tonight at Milton Frank Stadium. The student section band showed out tonight for the Generals, and so did the offense. Terrell Matthews takes this handoff for the Generals, picks up a big first down, and that would lead to a score. LaShawn Van keeps one for himself, sidesteps one man. Yes, he can. Touchdown, Lee. And that General defense looked good tonight as well as they hop on this fumbled handoff to get the ball back. And it was just a ground assault from the lead Generals. Van again is going to keep one for himself, and he refuses to be tackled by that Columbia defense. But he wouldn't stop there. Call McCurry, Van, and Carrendell, because this Van might be the best in the city. Another score for the quarterback as the Generals run away with this one at home, 52-12. Another non-region game taking place was the one at Hazel Green. The Trojans still looking for their first win of the year, taking on Arab tonight.
And the Knights looking to end the regular season on a 3-game win streak. Scoreless in the first, Hazel Green's Christian Carter scrambles and throws a strike to Franklin Anderson for a Trojan first down, and Anderson gets up and lets Arab know. Later on the drive, it's 2nd and 20. Carter has to let it rip. Wyatt Lamar eyeing it the entire way, and he picks it out of the air to put the Knights offense back out there, and they don't waste the opportunity. Handoff to Logan Aldridge. Psych! Drew Puccio keeps it and fools everyone to get the Knights on the board. In the end, Arab wins it 42-7. We had a couple playoff-type atmospheres across the state. Athens and Fort Payne squared off in a battle of two non-region teams that will both be in the Class 6A playoffs. The Golden Eagles won this one, a close game, 29-28. While at Guntersville, Sardis was hoping to keep its playoff hopes alive with a win against Guntersville, but they couldn't keep up. Guntersville wins at home 55-0. And with that Sardis loss to Guntersville, it opened the door for Boaz to clinch a playoff spot despite a 3-5 record entering the week.
Yeah, but Max, it's all about region games. Remember that when it comes to making the postseason. And with the win tonight over Douglas, the Pirates clinched their spot in the postseason 45-21 over the Eagles.
And tonight at Russellville, the Golden Tigers were playing for a region title and taking on Fairview, and they do just that, claiming the 5A Region 8 crown with the 31-14 win over Fairview.
Yeah, in Class 3A, we had another region battle taking place that would decide a region champion.
Yeah, Madison Academy undefeated on the season and would clinch a region title tonight with a win over Susan Moore, and they do it 55-7.
All right, congratulations to all our teams clinching playoff spots. It's already time for us to take our third and final timeout of the show.
But when we come back, we take a trip to Whitesburg Christian, where the Warriors were looking for their first win of the year.
It's the McCurry, Van, and Carrendell Big Game Friday Night.
You're watching Big Game Friday Night. Go Tigers!
All right, welcome back into Big Game Friday Night. Everyone, thanks for tuning in tonight. Before we say goodbye, how about we check in on some Class 1A football as we often do. Whitesburg Christian in action at home tonight, taking on Sandrock.
And the Warriors were looking for their first win of the year against the 2-7 Sandrock team. And the Whitesburg defense looked like they came to make some plays tonight. Big tackle from Cruz Cole, and then check out the play from Hunter Kotelem. Fumbled snap, and it is a massive sack for the big defensive end. He's pumped up for that sack lunch. And Whitesburg Christian, they get their first win of the year, taking down Sandrock tonight at home, 38-22. Congratulations to the Warriors. Now, it was a great night for high school football in North Alabama, but tomorrow brings another sunny fall day and more football.
Yeah, that's right, Max. 3 important matchups taking place tomorrow. Auburn will, of course, be back at home looking for that first conference win of the year with a game against Mississippi State.
While at Legion Field, the 82nd annual Magic City Classic, as the Bulldogs and Hornets square off in one of HBCU's greatest traditions. And finally, tomorrow at Austin Peay, the North Alabama Lions will look to build on their win last week with a road matchup against the Governors.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap things up here on Wave 31. Before we do sign off for the night, we would like to just take this time to thank our radio sponsors for helping making this show possible. We definitely could not do it without them. And of course, a big thank you to everyone else that makes this show possible, from production to our EP Sarah Jones, to Camila Barco, a new shooter tonight getting the job done on the sidelines, to all of our shooters on the sidelines. This show would not be possible without them. And of course, a massive thank you to you for tuning in each and every week, for making Wave 31 your home for high school football.
I think we should switch things up this week, change the way we end the show. What do you think?
No, let's keep it exactly
All right, fine. You know
the
what?
same.
So we're going to wrap things up the same way we do every every week. No need to change it up. It's time for our big game Friday night top lights.
Good night, everybody. See you next week.
You've been watching a special presentation of Way 31 Sports.